Hello world, welcome back to the Razor RC. We've got a brand new truck in the workshop. This is the Team Corally Kagama, a 1/8 scale electric 4-wheel drive monster truck, or Truggy I guess you would call it. 6S capable, also can run on 4S, and it is a follow-up to their 1/8 scale Truggy line like the Kronos or the Punisher in the past, but this is basically an all-new vehicle. I mean, they pretty much revised quite a few things, so that's why they came out with a brand new name, the Kagama. Mine has been modified a little bit. They do have these little stickers they sent me quite a while back, so I did apply those. A nice little custom touch, actually, so big thanks and a shout out to them for supplying that. But yeah, we're going to take a look at this and we're going to drive it. Quick look at the other stuff that comes in the box. Comes with instruction manual for the Toro X185. Really good speed control, 185 amps. It is actually 3S capable as well. Here's the instruction manual, a bunch of different languages. I think it's English, French, German, Dutch. Apologies if I'm wrong. I can't read anything other than English, so that's just a guess. And then does come with feeler things. So a little manual for the radio, the CT2R radio, and then mine came with a little bind plug antenna tube, which you will have to install, and then a lanyard strap as well as a keychain. So that was pretty nice. I do like those little touches that you don't really get with other brands. Here's the radio, CT2R, same as before. I don't think there's any changes. It does have all your normal adjustments here. Top with a little cover, steering, throttle, reversing. Does have steering trim, throttle trim, and steering joint. So kind of all the basic things that you need. 2.4 gigahertz, does take 4 AA's and works totally fine. It is an upgrade from their old one, the S2R, if you have tried that in the past. But here's the body, nice two-tone finish. It is a glossy painted scheme as well as a matte black. I think the matte black is applied on top. That's probably how they did it. It does have nice roof skids up top. Tethers on the body clips, so that's pretty cool. And these body clips are actually pretty nice, pretty usable. They are angled, a little bit easier to get off than some other brands, I will say. But yeah, the body looks pretty cool. I do like the look. I got this in green, but it also comes in blue and red, I believe. And like I mentioned, it does come as a roller or a ready to run. So the ready to run like this is basically everything you see here. Sells for $619 here in the US at the time of this video. The roller, which is something you will have to provide your own electronics, sells for $419. So depending on whether you have your own power system, I mean, this power system is really fast in my experience. I don't think there's anything else on the market that is as fast as the Team Corally electronics. So you're definitely not getting a downgrade if you go with the roller or the RTR. But yeah, if you want to use different stuff, obviously you can provide your own electronics. Vehicle itself does have a lot of updates over the previous, Kronos or Punisher. We'll start from the front. So all new arms, much beefier. I believe they're interchangeable left-right as well, so you can swap them if you ever break one. It does have little provisions for inserts, so you can get like stiffeners and stuff. The top ones already have plastic ones. The bottom ones do not have anything. Shocks, I believe, are all the same. They are featuring the new HD stuff that came on the 2022 edition of these models. So the heavy-duty rod ends, the heavy-duty 4mm shock pistons and stuff, heavy-duty springs. So those are pretty nice. Work pretty well now. You can see the spring steel outdrives that they also had in the 2022s. Sway bar up front, no changes there, I don't think. Pretty beefy CVAs up front. They do have the nice little caps on the arms of providing prevent the pivot balls from ripping through. I think these HD blocks are the same, so those are the upgraded ones that have already been made more durable. Shock tower is all new. Diff case is all new, so they do provide basically a new mounting system here. See if I can flip this over and show you. No, it's not all covered, but anyways, there's basically like 8 bolts holding that diff case in place. The diff case is there. You've got these 4 screws that go through the bumper into that diff case, and then you got the hinge pin braces that bolt onto the diff case, and then another 4 screws that bolt the hinge pin braces to the chassis. So basically that diff thing is like triangulated in like every direction with 8 screws. So I don't think that diff case is going to fall out. It is pretty heavy duty. All new chassis, 33 millimeters. It does have nice little graphics and stuff, laser etched on the bottom. So I think the bumpers look pretty much the same. Actually, they maybe look a little different actually. So we'll have to see. But arms, front and rear are totally beefed up. Heavy duty. They do have mud guards here in the rear as well. In terms of the chassis, they do have these new side rails. So I'm not really sure what this is, but it has little sort of a edge here or ridge there, maybe in future models or something you could clip something underneath. Not totally sure. I think the servo is the same. The what is this, 1225 or 7225 servo, I believe, same aluminum 25 tooth servo horn. Adjustable drag link here, adjustable servo saver as well is pretty nice. And then the other massive change is, I would say, the bracing system. So this thing is completely different. The shock tower looks massive. It is 5.1 millimeters per my measurement. I think the old one was 5 millimeters, or maybe it's supposed to be 5 millimeters, but it's a little bit thicker than that. Body mounts look about the same, but yeah, they pretty much designed this much more for beefiness. So they only have 2 shock mounting positions, a top and bottom mount. The old one had like 3 or 4, sort of across. So this is much, I think, sturdier. I mean, this is one massive piece that used to be kind of cut out. So that looks like a big improvement. Hinge pins are different. They kind of slide in and have 2 set screws that hold them in place. This whole bracing thing is completely different. So they do have the tower to tower brace. It's an all new design. I think they call it a hybrid, plastic and metal brace. Certainly they got the metal tube that goes front to back, and then all this additional plastic stuff that is mounting it in place. All these chassis braces are totally different. Much beefier and heavy duty looking as before. Spring steel outdrives on the aluminum center differential, so that's pretty nice. Motor and ESC combination, I believe, is the same. Does come with the XT90 connector, so I will probably replace that. But yeah, that is a stock connector a lot of people like. This chassis brace is all different. This wing mount looks different to me. So this looks like a massive wing mount style thing. That looks like a beast. It does have non-adjustable plastic turnbuckles on the steering and then the rear camber links. So those are actually probably the most durable turnbuckles that they make. But yeah, arms are all new, front and rear. They do have these little, I'm not sure what that is, but little red aluminum spacer. The little on-off button mount is a little bit different. I think the battery tray is the same, no differences there. One little touch I noticed is that they don't use little nuts on these little screws here. So there are like 2 screws that basically the bumpers mount onto the chassis here. And those used to have a little nut, which was a pain or very difficult to get to. It looks like they just kind of threaded the chassis so you don't have to use that nut. So a little bit of serviceability improvement, so I liked seeing that. Any other differences? I don't see too much else, It does have the little bash bumper here up top. I think the center differential stuff all looks pretty much the same. Motor mount and all that kind of looks the same. But yeah, nice little vehicle overall. I think the biggest improvement is really just trying to make this even more durable than before. Just triangulating like everything, the diff cases all the way inward. So the whole center of this thing is much beefier, much more sturdy looking, and then the arms out again are super heavy duty. These tires tend to work pretty well, so I'm pretty happy to see that. Should have no issues there. I think the wheel nuts are the same. We'll have to see. I don't believe they are serrated, but I will check that out when I remove them. But yeah, anyways, that's a quick look at the vehicle. Now we got to go out and drive it. Okay, we got a 4S pack installed. I did lower the brakes to 37.5%. I think that's what I normally run on the Corrales. Could be off, but did increase the punch to 4 out of 5 and did adjust the shocks a little bit, calibrate the ESC, something I always do. But yeah, we're out here on a cool day. It's about 52 degrees and a little muddy. It's a little wet, a little muddy, but yeah, we'll see how this thing runs. I think it'll be okay. Okay. Traction. Ooh. Oh, traction should be good. Before we go too crazy. It's a heavy truck for sure. Servo stays a little loose. A little loose out of the box. A bit of aggression there. Oops, a little close to the fence there. A little slappy. Alright, let's try some bigger drums. Okay, that was 4S. I did crack the wing a little bit here in the back, so I'm not sure what that came from, but that seems to be the only damage. I guess we gotta try 6S now. Okay, we're on 6S. I did increase the rear preload a little bit, just see if it helped with a little bit of that slap. All right, yes. Ooh. Hard stick. Seems okay though. Oh man. Oh, I forgot how 6S is on this thing. This is ridiculous. Oh my god. I mean, instantaneous power. This is still on not max punch. This is only punch 4. This is the only cars I don't necessarily run max punch. Because they are just absurd. Wow, absurd power-wise. Alright, we are terrorizing the local BMX park here. This animal. This thing's an animal, absolute animal. I don't know what's going on with the wing though. Yeah, wheelies all day on like half trigger. Okay. Rolling back flips? I don't recall ever having a car that would do rolling backflips. Not even just standing backflips like that, but rolling backflips? I don't know. Let's see. Okay. That's the highest I've ever sent it. I've never sent an RC car that high before. And that was not even full trigger. Animal. Complete animal. A little bit of mud there. For sure the highest I've ever sent the car. I've never sent, I don't know what it is. It's like the verticality is pretty ridiculous. And it took it, you know, I've taken like other older Team Corally cars like the V2s and stuff here. I don't think they were this fast. I don't recall them being that fast or that much power. Well, there you have it. Team Corally Kagama on 6S is a beast. I'm gonna have to clean this thing up. It's getting pretty muddy here. Those are huge jumps. I'm actually a little surprised they like went that high and landed and, you know, didn't bend a drive shaft. It doesn't look like. Didn't snap an arm. Didn't break an outdrive. Just the wing. The wing, yeah, on these things I've broken several of these in the past, so that seems to be the one area maybe they could improve. But other than that, yeah, it seems like it's an animal. It's an absolute animal. That's all I can say. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be running this a little bit more, probably doing a little bit of tuning. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe buttons. Look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.